This is going to be day 3. It is 10:25 at night. I just got back from boxing training, and today I've been thinking about overall progression. Like, I'm gonna come here today and share a lot with you guys because I want you guys to remember that progression is still a form of a win. A lot of people think that if they're not at their exact goal that they're not winning, but even progression every single day is a win. I want to kind of go back into like just pretty much my come up a little bit. So as you guys know, I grew up in foster care. I was in juvenile at 13. I was kicked out of the house at 16, or kicked out of the orphanage, kicked out of the house at 16. And then 17, I found my biological mom, moved in with her, found trading at 18, and then just went from there, right? And there's like minor side missions that happen through on life that also were trials and tribulations as well. But the main factor was every big moment that I had, or every big decision I had to make or break my or make or break my future. It was more in a sense that I was just like, you know what? Let me just do it, because why not? Like, why not do something if you know, like, if you're already thinking, so if you think that you're gonna fail already, so if you have like, let's say you have an ultimatum, like, oh, you gotta choose either this or this. If you know choosing one thing is gonna be a bad road, but you know choosing the other one's gonna be a good road, but it's 10 times riskier than the one that is bad, you might as well just risk it all on something that could potentially give you that chance to be where you want to be. So out of every scenario that has happened in my life, it was one of those things which, what is your decision? How are you going to react to this? Me getting into a lot of fights, those were my reactions to conflict. Those were my reactions, and the consequences came with it, right? The things come with it. Later on, it didn't happen just instantly, but later on, it started to catch up with me and started to build up. And then finally, they was like, oh, we had enough. We're going to put you in this cell, right? Or like when I became homeless, it was like, okay, how are you going to react to this, right? What are your next steps? What is your next plan, right? I have to find some way of living. I have to find some way of making some income. And it was either that, or it was go live on the streets and be a thug, right? Or, I know you guys are like, oh, you got face tats. Face tattoos make me look like a thug. I'm not a thug at all. I got face tattoos. I'm currently actually in the midst of moving my face tattoos. It was a decision that I made when I was 18. I'm 22 now. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. So yeah, it was just the decision, right? So all this happens, and I just really think, like, people got to really understand that, like, you can't just get somewhere super easy. Like, nothing's going to be super easy. And I was in boxing training today, and I was just like, I'm like, damn, this shit is like low key kind of like tiring. Like, this is hard. And I'm thinking that to myself, and then I start thinking like, oh wait, imagine like the pro boxers. Like, imagine pro boxers trying to train every single day, and they're training 10 times harder than my little baby trainings, right? But that's not to discredit you either. So don't look at yourself as like, oh, I'm not up there with size, so I'm not a good trader, or whatever the case may be. Never do that to yourself. You're downgrading yourself. But you gotta think. You gotta think too. Like, if this person's doing this, or if I'm only doing this, and this person's way better than me, or like way more successful at this current time than me, he's got to be doing 10 times more, or at least simplified. Something has to be. There's obviously a split. There's something that you don't have yet, or you have yet not to understand, which is keeping you separated from being on that level. So it's not just because, oh, this person has more money, or oh, this person has this, or this person has that, right? It's not about the materialistic things of it, or it's not about the physical things of it, right? It's all up here. It's all the mental aspect. That person knows something mentally that has pushed that person to the next level. That's what it is. It's not about how much money you make. It's not about how many cars you have, how many houses you have. None of that shit matters. At the end of the day, none of that shit matters. You can have fun, you can travel, you can buy everything in the world when you get the money, right? But at the end of the day, what's going to keep you in the game for the longest and what's going to be the longevity of everything will always, always, always be the knowledge and the mentality that you have. At the end of the day, if you lose all your money, right? And I've seen this happen time again. I knew people that went from $6 million in crypto all the way back down to 20 grand. But they didn't have that hard working struggle, grind for that shit mentality. They didn't have it. They didn't have it. So when it came to not having any more money, they didn't do anything. But you as a person, if you actually want this shit, if you want to grind, if you want to get to where you want to be, you got to have that mentality, because at the end of the day, everybody's going to go through shit. Everybody's going to go through something, right? That's just life. Life is going to throw you some cards and it's going to say, here, play. It might throw you the worst cards in the deck, or you might get the best cards in the deck. You never know. Life is random. But just because you get a bad hand doesn't mean you're always going to lose, right? So with all this being said, if you get a bad hand, if you get bad cards, play that shit. Play it. Strategize. Everything is about the strategy. Everything is about how you're interpreting, your next move or the opponent's next move, your obstacles, your haters, your doubters, your naysayers, the tweeter deleters. Yo, bro, you just gotta really understand that everything you do is literally just all in the mental. So all the people that are more successful than you have already unlocked the fact that they pretty much have beaten, so let's say if you're working out, right? You know how you're working out and you're like, dang, my arms hurt, right? Yes, it's your muscles stretching or whatever the case might be is scientifically, but your brain is like, this is way more than I think I can do, right? Your brain is just telling you, because you've already without you knowing, you've already set a limit for yourself in every aspect, right? You don't know yet, but you've already mentally set yourself a limit for yourself. So whenever you're pushing yourself towards the limits, your brain has already been thinking that this is its limit. So if you never did a pull-up a day in your life, right? If you never did a pull-up a day in your life, right? You go to the gym and you're trying to do a pull-up. You only can do 2. Your brain has already programmed itself to know that it could do 2. You just didn't know that. So the fact that, so then when you actually do it, you're like, oh, I can only do 2. But your brain already knew you can only do 2, right? Because that's as far as it was going to let you go, right? Your muscles are going to hurt. So your brain is going to tell you to stop, right? Your brain is going to tell you, stop. You can't do this. Right? So it's at the end of the day, everything is you versus you. Think about it like that. So in trading, when you're ready to overtrade, your brain is telling you, oh yeah, it's going to work this time. Oh yeah, it's going to work this time. Oh yeah, it's going to work this time. And your brain just keeps telling you that. And you let your brain control what you're doing. Yeah, your brain controls your body, but you have to tell your brain, no, this is what I want. This is what I know. Because I know this, right? You might control my body and control my actions, but I know from experience, I've already known from experience that this doesn't work. And you have to tell your brain that, because when you're in a trade and you lose a trade and you're like, oh, dang, I think I can get back into it and make some money off the loss or whatever. That's your brain kind of tricking you into thinking, okay, we're going to work this time. We're going to work this time, right? So you have to really understand that the way that you react to things, the way that you handle things is all coming from the mind, and your mind is going to basically be against you. It's a sad thing in the beginning, but that's just how it is in the beginning. In the gym, right? There's people that went to the gym way in the beginning. Ask anybody that went to the gym. It starts off hard. It's going to be fucking hard. That's anything in life. It starts off I wish you guys can really understand this. It starts everything. What I'm saying right now is everything in life. It starts off hard, becomes easier as you go. The more you keep punching at it, the more you keep doing it, the more you keep drilling it in, the easier it goes. You just stick to the same routine so your brain can build that muscle memory. If you keep telling yourself the same thing every single day, it's going to get to a point where you can recite it front, back, side, upside down, anywhere. Anyway, right? So you have to get in the mindset of telling yourself like it's you versus you, but you have to stick to what you want to do. You have to be on grind mode at all times. At all times. There's no reason if you really like, bro, there's people that watch these videos, these YouTube videos, and they just want to make a couple bucks. I understand. Everybody wants to make money, especially in these economies, right? Everybody wants to make money, right? But that's what they feed off of. They feed off of the people that are only here just to money grab. They feed off of those people. The market will always feed off those people. Those are people that are liquidity. Feeds off of these people. Now, as it feeds off of these people, you're in there picking them off. Like, I don't know if you guys ever played video games before, or like shooter video games, right? But in a shooter video game, if two teams are fighting, right? This is called a third party. Two teams are fighting. One team obviously beats the other team. Your team comes in and kills the team that killed the previous team. That's called a third party. That's how you want to treat trading. We are the third party. You have the indication, the correction. Those are two teams, right? Let's say those are two teams fighting. Once the indication and correction is over, you're looking for that continuation. So you're looking to take them out once everybody's taken out. The buy side and the sell side is taken out, and you're ready to take everything for all for yourself. That's all trading is you're waiting for everything to get taken out, and then once everything gets taken out, you go, you run, and you collect everything. You collect all the debris. That's what they call it, debris. Yeah, you collect all the debris, and you take everything, and it's calm. It should be very calming. It should be very non-stressful. It should be non-stressful. This is the best way that I can explain it, because a lot of people think that it's just, oh, I need to learn how to mark up my charts. Yeah, some of you guys definitely do mark up your charts wrong, but at the same time, it's probably not because of that either. It's because you're probably holding on to something that you've learned before, and you're trying to hold on to this too as well. Kid you not, everything that I say on these videos, I'm honestly just trying to help you guys. I know people are always going to look past these videos if I don't say it first, but honestly, all these videos that I make is truly to help you guys. Like, I don't want anything from you guys at all, bro. I promise you, I'm not here to scam you. I'm not here to sell you on anything. I'm not here to deceive you. I'm just here to honestly help you. I got bread. I got tons of bread. I'm still going to make tons of bread, whether I make a YouTube video or not, right? I'm still going to make tons of bread regardless. But if I know I can make tons of bread, why would I disappear, right? I got safety. I got security. I got guns in the crib. I know how to fight, right? I'm a man, right? We're warriors. Bro, we've been fighting since 18, or not 18. We've been, yeah, like 18 BC and all. Bro, we've been fighting as men for a long ass time. The world is the least of my worries. I'm not scared of the world. The world is not scary at all. You just got to take it head on. If you are scared, then you need to man the fuck up. And as a woman, I mean, hey, I see the girls be watching my trading videos too. I mean, y'all got the game on lock. I'm not going to lie. Girls kind of got the game on lock. I'm not going to lie. I be seeing so many girl traders now, like all over TikTok, all over Instagram. Hey, shout out ICC if you do post me, bro. No, I'm joking. But yeah, guys, like, you have to remember, like, this is a big ass battleground, bro. At this point, think of the world as a big ass battleground. There's some friendly and there's mostly enemies out there, bro. No matter what you do in life, there's always going to be that somebody that's going to cheer you on, or there's going to be somebody that wants to boo you off stage. Always going to be the case. Always going to be the case. It's a fucking war zone out here, bro. Especially in America. If you live in America, bro, there are shootings every day. We live in a fucking war zone. So, in my perspective, if I can do something that can get me better guns, a better loadout, right? It can give me a better skill set. If it can give me a better tactics, a better blueprint, right? If I know I can get better weapons and stuff in this war zone that we live in, why not show somebody else the blueprint? Like, yo, this is how you can get this so you can protect yourself. This is how you can get that so you can keep yourself away from the nonsense, right? So many people watch these videos and it's probably keeping them out of the hood. Some of these people are working on not becoming homeless anymore. They're not homeless anymore, working their way up, right? And it's just all from a simple video. I have nothing to gatekeep from you. I have nothing to gain. Like, literally think about it. I have nothing to gain from anything, right? Yeah, I grow a large YouTube, large Instagram, TikTok, all these different things. But to be honest, what's fame if you're not actually if you're not actually incentivizing people to do something? If you're not building something that's going to build others, then what's the point of even building it? What's the point of building a social media platform if you're not going to change the way of life or change the mindset of the community? This trading community, at the end of the day, I might not be the biggest, but I will be the biggest soon. I want everybody to go back and probably watch this video again. Mark my words. Mark my words. I will never switch up at all. This will always be my game plan, but mark my words. I kid you not. Let's say I make it to 1 million followers, right? I personally think that this alone, ICC Mafia alone, is going to change nations, bro. And it's not about just trading. I want you guys to understand. Trading is the gas for the car. Trading is the gas for the car, right? It's fueling the car to continue to go on that path, right? The biggest path here is to show people that, there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. I love jobs, bro. I used to apply for so many jobs. I wanted to work 3 jobs. I've never had a problem with jobs. I'm not going to be sitting up here like a fucking guru telling you, oh, fuck the rat race, fuck the job, this and that. That's your starting point. Gang, that is your fucking starting point. A job is your starting point. I'm going to say it again. A job is your starting point. You can't start nowhere without a job. Once you get a job, you have consistent bread. Boom. I need you to start thinking as a collector. You need to find shit that you can keep raking in money. You need to stop. Your outcome, your income should be more than what your outcome is. Like, some of you guys are spending all your bread. If you're spending, it's okay to spend bread, but make some more bread. Like, stop spending bread and not making bread on top of it, right? It doesn't make any sense. You need to be finding a way to keep bread coming in, right? That's your first thing. It doesn't have to be trading. Get a job, right? Trading is not, like, I want you guys to think in this mindset right now. Trading is going to get you out, but it's not going to get you out. Like, trading is definitely going to work, but it's only going to go at your tempo. So if you get that job first, you start saving up money. Once you save up money, you start building your capital for your trading account. You start learn more about trading, learn more than just how to buy, how to sell. Learn what brokerages are, learn what lot sizes are, learn all these different things. Maybe I'll talk about that, but I really don't like talking about the beginner stuff because all this shit is on Google. You can chat GBT most of all this stuff, right? You can chat GBT it, but take chat GBT with a grain of salt. I'm not going to lie, because chat GBT is not a super valid way to learn stuff, but it isn't. It just kind of feeds on to whatever you are agreeing with. So take that with a grain of salt. But I don't teach the basic things because I feel like you guys could just go find that yourselves. If you really want something, you would do it, right? Buying, sell, those are also 2 things that I want you to kind of get out of a mindset of like focusing on. So people come into the game and they're just looking, okay, how do I get into a trade? How can I enter? Because to them, as long as they enter the market, that's a chance for them to win, right? That's a chance. You know what that's called? That's called gambling. Hold on. Say hey. All right, my boy Lux here. They just got haircuts today. But yeah. So that's gambling. When you get into the market and you're just getting in, you want an entry so you can have a chance to win, then you're just gambling at that point. Now, the difference is I need you guys to come into the game with trying to pick out and articulate what the trends are so that way you can make a, what's the word for it? Starts with an A. Does it start with an A? Am I tweaking? Bro, why can't I think of the word right now? Okay, I just lost the word completely, but I need you guys to come in and make a anticipation, or that's not even the word that I was gonna use. I need you guys to come into the markets and just overall analyze the markets and look for what the potential move is, what the potential trend could be, right? That's what you need to focus on. What could the potential trend be? As long as you can find out what trend the market is going to be on a higher time frame, you're most likely going to win. I'm not going to lie too. Speaking of, I'm in gold. I'm in gold right now as we speak, but they had the whole war thing, so I'm not going to lie. How do I tell you? I think we lost our first trade, but it's okay. We have 365 days to, or we have 251 days to trade, so I'm not stressing it. But I'm still currently in drawdown on both accounts. It's all good, but like, you gotta charge it to the game, man. Oh, that's another thing. Losses. Boom. Because I already feel like we are, but if it does drop, I'll be happy for that, but I don't think it will drop. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. I'm not going to jinx myself. But with losses, you can't take your losses so hard. Be easy on yourself. Be easy. Because a lot of traders, they'll lose and then they get into this habit of thinking they're a bad trader. Or they start over leveraging, over trading because they're trying to make back that loss, right? Don't do that. Take it slow, bro. Take it slow, bro. You have 200 plus days to trade. Take it slow. Yeah, people are going to laugh at you. Oh, you lost the trade. You lost the trade. You're trash. You're trash. You're trash. Right? But you have 200 days plus 250 days to show these people, to show them, to show yourself, to show your stats, right? Don't let one day kill you, bro. Don't let one day kill you. One day, it's just one day, one trade, bro. You're going to let one trade kill you, bro, when you have 250 plus, right? And not even that. You don't even need that many. Last year, I've only traded 60 times. Right? I've only traded 60 times last year, 2025. This year, this is my first trade. I've got 59 more trades to go, right? And those are 59 setups. Out of 250 days, I found 59 setups. That's more than enough, right? That was more than enough money. That's why I made over $100 million last year, or 2025. I don't know why I keep saying it last year like it wasn't 3 days ago. But it just was all accumulating because remember, you got to remember, like, risk to reward standpoint, if you're going in and you're risking 10%, you're looking to come out with 40%. There's going to be people on the internet that says, oh, 40% is a lot. 40% is hedge funds can't even do that. Once again, I'm going to say this because a lot of people don't fucking think. You got to remember, a hedge fund is handling 50 million billions of dollars, 50 million billion. But they're handling $50 million, $1 billion, $100 million. Of course, they're not going to do 40% in one trade. Of course, they're not. Because they're only probably risking $500K, $1 million per trade. Maybe even less, maybe even more. You never know. But of course, they're not going to risk that much because they're handling 50 million plus. Right? Of course. So don't get into this stigma. Don't get into this standard that people are trying to set. Fuck the standards, bro. A lot of people make standards, which is why we have haters and believers. We have haters and then we have believers, right? The reason we have it is because of standards. If life didn't set standards, everybody would just be themselves. Everybody would just be whatever, right? But because we have standards in life, everybody says, well, you don't meet this qualification, so you can't be doing that. Or you don't meet this qualification, so you can't be this. Or you don't meet this qualification, so you can't see this, right? You can't be in this room, whatever the case might be. We've all been tiered into a bracket. Everybody's tiered in a bracket. Now, this also depends on the individuality as well. So different individuals are going to put you in their own bracket. So we all have our own bracket. Oh, this person's this type of person. This person has this, so he's this type of person, right? The standard of life has truly destroyed the world. It has truly destroyed the world because people are always going to think, oh, I'm better than you. Oh, I'm better than him. Oh, I'm better than her. She's better than her. This and that. That's why the world is corrupted today. Because when you do that, you're hurting somebody's emotions from putting them into a level and a category that they don't see themselves, right? If you see yourself as a high and almighty, and in a sense of like a good human being, you're a great person, not like God, right? You're not like God. is what I'm trying to say. But if you look at yourself at a high standard and somebody else puts you in a different category, that kind of hurts a little bit, because it's like you see yourself higher. So then it starts to lower the self-esteem that you have for yourself, or the confidence that you have in yourself. But no, what I want you to do is fuck what everybody else says. Make your own standards. If you think you're the shit, then nobody else is the shit until they like you. Now, this doesn't mean have an ego, right? This doesn't mean have an ego. If you think you're the shit, don't talk down on anybody that you think is below you. Help them, even if they're probably better than you, right? There's some people out here. I would never say I'm the best trader. I would never say I'm the best trader. I've shown befores and afters. I show you all the time. I will tell you, hey, price is gonna do this, in a couple days it's gonna be here, right? And it happens, right? But I would never say I'm the best trader, right? Because there's somebody out there that can say, hey, in March 2026, the price on gold is going to drop 10,000 points down, right? And it happens, right? 3 months later, it happens. And we're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people out here that's always better than you, right? And in the terms of like, they have more wisdom, they have more mentality than you, right? That's what I'm trying to say. This whole thing is about the mentality of people and what truly gets you to where you want to be. At the end of the day, people are going to set standards. People are going to hate you. People are not going to believe you. People are going to doubt you. It comes with the game, right? It comes with the game. It comes with the game. This is your obstacle. You get dealt bad cards, and this is going to sound fucked up, but it's life. You get dealt bad cards. You have a lot of haters around you. You have a lot of greedy people around you. You have a lot of fake friends around you. And these are things that you have to eliminate. But there's going to be a lot of obstacles in your life. There's going to be family asking you for money, family that doesn't like you or don't love you. You're going to have to face the jail systems, or you're going to have to face the government systems. Moms, dads, we all face these different systems, these different standards that the world has made. And it's really to throw you off your game, to make you feel less of, right? But all the people watching this video right now are a very strong individual. I just want you guys to actually unlock that inner child, or that inner being inside of you, that inner beast. You need to unlock that inner beast. You need to be like, fuck what everybody else. Bro, I've been doing this shit for 5 years. I've heard everything in the book. People call me a scammer. People call me a demo trader. People call me fucking, oh, he's a thug, he's got face tattoos and he's black. Or people are always dissecting every little word that I say and every little thing that I say. I see it all the time. I get death threats in my fucking Instagram DMs. I get called names. I get everything in a book. But you want to know something, bro? It's the mentality in me that never lets that shit bother me. I'm unfazed. I'm unbothered. Everything. When you think I'm bothered, I'm not bothered at all, because this is what you signed up for. You signed up for this, right? You don't have to be a social media influencer, but there's always going to be people around you, right? Even if you go private, people, like, think about this, right? I truly want you guys to understand this, bro. No matter what you do, this is the main topic. No matter what you do in life, there is always going to be someone there to critique you. Always, whether it's good or it's bad, right? Let's say you become super fucking rich, right? Let's say you get super rich and you only fly private jets, right? The pilot might be judging you. The flight attendant might be judging you. The driver to your plane might be judging you. You never know these things. Right? But that's the good thing, because it doesn't bother you. The same way you act when you don't know something that's going on is the same way you need to act when there is something going on. So you need to be unbothered. You need to stay focused on what your grind is. You need to continue to build what you're trying to build, right? And make sure you build others, because that is way stronger than anything. You can build a fucking computer. You can build a car. You can build houses. You can build arenas and shit. But at the end of the day, your legacy stands from how many people you build. Not about how much money you make. Not about what cars you have. Not about what materialistic things you have. Not about the jewelry. Not about the girls. Not about the guys. You know, it's not about the physical things that you have. You're building a legacy, you have to change others. You have to truly inspire others to be better than them, better than what they think they are. Because a lot of people out here think they're nothing, and that is not okay. That is not okay, right? It is not okay for people to be out here thinking that they're less than. And that's why we here, if you're ICC Mafia, at the end of the day, if you're ICC Mafia, I want you guys to remember that this is a mafia for a reason. This is a family for a reason. We're all going to protect each other no matter what, right? I protect you guys. I look after you guys. You guys look after me. You should be looking anybody else that's ICC. Y'all should be looking after each other. I've been throwing tours. I did Atlanta, Cape Town. I did fucking New York. I did Chicago. I did LA. I did Arizona. I've done Texas, Dallas. I've done Houston. I've done I said Cape Town. I've done Amsterdam. I've done London. I've done where's the other one? I've been around, right? And building these communities and building this up, this legacy, is more than just trading at the end of the day, bro. It's more than just trading because we are trying to build a legacy. You guys are building it with me, right? I want you guys to take this knowledge that I'm giving to you, because the knowledge that I'm giving to you is not here to harm you. Once again, I'm not here to harm you. I don't want anything from you. I don't want your money. I don't want, bro, I'm not here to do anything but help you, because I want you guys to understand. The more people make this a standard, helping a person a standard, the better life could be. And honestly, bro, I don't know how long I could even spread this message before something happens, but you never know, right? Nowadays, people go missing for things like this, but you never know. Like, as long as you get the message through, I think that's the biggest thing. The person doesn't have to really do anything about it, right? You could tell somebody something and they don't do anything. That's okay. You're not wasting time, but that message is in the air. There's been many times where people were in my life that told me some real shit. They told me some real shit, and I never listened until the time actually came, and it was like, dang, I wish I would have listened. But if you throw something in the air so many times, if you throw so many balloons in the air, so many signs in the air, somebody is eventually going to see it, right? And you never know what somebody can become. You never know what somebody can become. So you always have to be nice to everybody and give everybody the utmost respect. Just because somebody is wearing more dingy clothes, or they're dirty, or they don't have much, they don't have a haircut, or they have face tattoos, or they're black or white or Hispanic, any kind of race, Asian, just because they are this skin color doesn't mean that they're any less of a human being. And I think the trading community has been a white dominant space. And when it comes to retail traders, the standard that they put, because we're all trading the same thing, just because somebody has a fancier computer or fancier gadgets, whatever the case might be, or robots, EAs and stuff, it doesn't make them a better trader, right? You can still have the same stats. You can still have the same thing. So don't let these standards of life get you down to thinking you're anything less of. These standards are not even real. The standards are not even real. This is what upsets me. This is something that does upset me. It is a pet peeve of mine because people believe standards so hard that they don't even know reality. Reality, this life, I told myself the other month, I was like, you know what? I think I came into a realization of my life that I never put anything past anybody. Like, I just don't anymore. Like, I really don't put anything past anybody. Like, if somebody told me that they jumped off a 18,000, if they jumped off a 82 feet, like, skyscraper or some shit, 82 feet in the sky, and they jumped into a ring of fire, into a pool of sharks, and survived, I would actually believe them. Now, this doesn't make me gullible, but it also opens my mind to possibilities. Because it's possible. It's possible. But what is the probability? This is the thing. People forget life has endless possibilities. Every time you roll a dice, there's so many different possibilities. Over 100 possibilities of what can happen, right? So, with this being said, everything has a bunch of possibilities. It's possible. The probability might be low. The probability might be high. And if it is low, that person is either very skillful or that person got lucky. But luck doesn't happen multiple times, right? Luck is a thing that you get it, you get it. It's 1 out of a million. The probability. So you hitting 1 out of a million 10 times is very unlikely. It's possible, but it's very unlikely. But it doesn't mean that you deviate and say that it's not possible. So, with this being said, I just kind of wanted to give you guys that message today. Honestly, like, I could talk to you guys more if you guys, like, I'm just vibing right now. Like, we can just sit here and chat for real. Because I think a lot of people just, like, forget that standards in life has truly set a lot of people back. They feel like they need to go to college. They feel like they have to graduate high school. They feel like they have to have a girlfriend. They have to have a boyfriend. They have to have a car by 16. They have to have a license before 18. They have to have all these things, these standards. They have to have, nice clothes, nice shoes, all these different standards. And it's just like, that's never the case, bro. You live life how you want to live life. Now, as long as you're not disrupting others and making other people's lives miserable or horrible, or weighing somebody down, as long as you're not dead weight, everything's all good, right? Everything's all good. You can live your life however you want to live your life. If it makes you happy, it makes you happy. If you just want to sit inside and watch birds flying all day, then do that. That's what you want to do. It makes you happy. You're not bothering anybody. Do your thing. Yeah, standards have truly changed the world. And it started since day one, to be honest. But we don't. I don't know how to tell you guys this, bro. I wish you guys could really understand me. I don't know if you guys understand me, but if you guys do understand me, I'll definitely rewatch this again and again and again. You might have missed the gym. I might have missed the gym. All this is off the top of my head, by the way. Like, there's no like teleprompter or anything. Like, all this is off the top of my head, and all these topics are really just me just speaking my mind and really speaking how I feel, because like, I do have a lot of insight on human psychology and just just the human reactions and human instinct that we have. I feel like everything's pretty common sense. Now, a lot of people don't think the world is common sense, so that's why things are typically a little bit harder. But as long as you have like a couple steps of like how to get to the goal, I think that's the biggest thing. I think it makes everything in life 10 times easier. So I, with everything and anything, always break everything down into steps. At the end of the day, you break it down into steps. You're like, boom, I gotta do this. Boom, I gotta do that. Boom, I gotta do that. And then I'm at the goal. Once you break it down into steps, you're just pretty much doing it just like that. Trading's the same way. 3-step process. I, C, C. Once you're on the last C, you're pretty much in the trade. And you're just waiting for that trade to play out. Right? Hey man, let me see what I got going on. Guys, not gonna lie, I love you guys so much, bro. I'm so glad that we've grown this channel to the way that we've grown it already. I think we're sitting at, let me see. Yeah, we're sitting at 354K. No, I'm joking. We're sitting at 345K. And truly, like, this has been a crazy journey. Like, the past 6 months, I've took YouTube very, very seriously. And this year, like I said, I'm taking this posting every single day very seriously. So with all this being said, I just want to say shout out to you guys. Thank you for sharing my videos, making TikToks about me, either, whether they're good or bad, right? People are always going to hate me. People are always going to love me, right? You can't make everybody love love you, right? You just can't. It's impossible. But you can help as many people as possible. That's the biggest flex at the end of the day. But yeah, I appreciate it for growing the community. Y'all finna say I got leggings on? No, bruh. I got shorts. These are compression pants. But at the end of the day, I think the biggest takeaway from this is to really hone in and like really trust yourself, and your progress is your biggest win, to be honest. Like, you're gonna get to your goal, but the progress, the journey doing it is your biggest takeaway from it. Cause you look back on that. It's past my bedtime. You look back on that though, and you think, you're like, damn, like I really made it this far from doing this. Like, you really just think about that. It's just so crazy. I'm not gonna lie. There's so many times where like I think about that shit every morning, to be honest. Like, I used to bust my ass to work every single day. Like, I used to bust my ass to work. Used to wake up at 4 a.m. I had a job from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then I worked at Walmart from 10 p.m. 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. And just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And it was like them days where you're just walking 2 hours. And at first I used to carry a book bag to carry my clothes and shoes in, but my back started hurting from carrying it all day. My shoulders was hurting. So then I stopped taking the book bag and I just put my clothes on for work. And I used to be walking in boots. Like, I'm walking in big steel toe boots, heavy boots, because you only can wear them so nothing falls on your feet and you get hurt. You know, that's what it's for. I'm walking 2 hours in big ass steel toe boots. My feet hurt, my ankles hurt, my knees hurt. I'm just in pain. But I'm still going to do those 12 hours because I need that bread. I do the 12 hours. I'm trying to fit in learning how to trade while I'm doing this. Like, I'm trying to trade and work, and everything's hurting. My body's hurting. I'm not feeling good. But I still wanted to go to work every single day. No matter what, I wanted to go to work. Because I knew that if I went to work, I would get paid for it and get that money that could get me out of my situation, right? Used to do that, bust my ass, try to learn how to trade. Then my night shift. Worse. It was so bad. The 12-hour shift at the warehouse was so easy because it was like, okay, I'm standing here putting stuff in the box. Okay, whatever. Boom, I'm putting stuff in the box. And when it came to working at Walmart, it was very slow. It was very quiet. So now you're just sitting with yourself. In the morning, all I hear is forklifts, beep, 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 the sign, the fucking sounds, the sirens, the alarms, everything. And you're just hearing like water and medicine packets and all these different things happening at one time. So it's very overstimulating. And I'm trading at the same time. And it's like at nighttime, that's when you start thinking to yourself. Like right now, you start thinking to yourself, it's 11:08, right? It's 11:08 and I'm just over here talking, thinking to myself. But yeah, when I was working at that Walmart job, it was like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. You sitting there on the aisle by yourself. The store is closed, quiet store. And you're just packing boxes up or packing something on the shelves. And you get to thinking like, damn, like this is my life. Because you don't see the future. You don't see where you're going, but you know that whatever you're doing is going to get you to where you think you might be going. Bro, I would have never thought I would end up in the place that I am now, bro. I have a lot of money. I have a good amount of friends, probably like 4 or 5 friends. I've lost a lot of friends. I've lost over 100 friends. I've been backstabbed. I've been robbed, but I wouldn't say like gunpoint robbed, but I've had homies, used to be homies that stole things from me out of my house. I've had people backstab me, lie on my name. I've had people betray me. I've had people, we just kind of grew separate ways, right? That's just life. Sometimes you grow apart from a person and you have to accept that, right? Your life, you can only get so far with the little mindset that you have. You have to build it. Like, you really have to be incapable, or you have to be capable of really just being like, you know what, bro, no matter what life throws at me, I'm gonna say fuck it, I'm gonna keep going. I think that's what it comes down to. We're gonna fucking keep going. No matter how hard life gets, I'm gonna fucking keep going, and nobody's gonna stop me because, like, why would I stop? Why would I stop? If I know my goal is right around the corner, why would I stop? If I know where I want to be is right around the corner, why would I stop? Why would I let somebody else determine where I want to be? With that being said, guys, thank you for coming to day 3. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'm out.